Banished Soul. So I am trying to get this YouTube stream to cooperate this morning. I apologize. Give me just a minute here. Thought we were streaming earlier, and it said we wasn't streaming, so I went in to check to see if we were working on Twitch. It says it's coming to YouTube, so it's kind of confusing. So what we got here? There we go. Now we're streaming. I'm not sure what was going on earlier. We are going live though, so that's good. We'll put us up a thumbnail here. And boom. All right. Sweet. So one of the things I was looking at earlier, I may have messed something up in my settings earlier. I had to start back over. But I was also trying to stream this into our Discord. So we have Discord chat. And it's one of the great ways to, as you get people in chat, they may be working on something, asking questions. And it's a great way to be able to just stream it straight into that chat room so they can see what's going on. I know they can do it with the computers. I don't know how to do it with the PS5. So if you know, definitely comment below. It may be something that requires capture cards at a PC or something, though. That's what I'm noticing. So we have been running our in-game stuff. We're going to come in here. Let's do our duty officers. I think most of them are complete. Yep. And we need to see how many are in rest. Looks like everybody's ready to go, so that is good. So what we're going to do, we're going to look for our assignments here. Again, typically at the early stage, what I try to do, later on you want to do your accommodations and all that kind of stuff. Definitely want to make sure you get those as well. But for the early stages, one of the things I focus on most right now is trying to keep my energy credits up, keep my dilithium flowing in. And one of the best ways to do that is to just keep assigning your duty officers in here. You may not think it pays out much, but that will add up on top of what you're currently farming. And then, of course, if you get some for skill points, those are good to do. Sometimes you'll get duty officers or bridge officers and other items that you can run. So this is where you're going to get things like the purchase prototype heavy anti-proton turrets. So when you click on those, it's going to come through. But you can also earn those under your commendations a lot of times running these missions. So one of the things I do try to make sure I do is I keep the engineering running as well. And then, of course, the military aspect, you want to bring those up. Science is another good one. Diplomatic, exploration, espionage, medical, all those can take second seat until you get to needing to put those stuff on. So one thing that I would say, though, you can look through this colonial, and sometimes you'll have some where you can resettle colonists. Sometimes it'll have where you actually send them into training to become duty officers. So always watch for that. Trade routes, those are great to go ahead and get those established early on as well. So these are going to give you medical points and stuff. Now, all these commendations, you want 100% all this stuff. You'll make sure you get it all done. I am not going to assign all my duty officers, though, again this time, because there are some little missions that you pick up here in space as you're flying around. If you've not seen this, this is what you would call the sector space. So we are currently in the beta quadrant. If we want to get over back to the alpha quadrant where Earth is, we're going to have to come over. We'll plot us a course, and it's going to fly you around. And then we do have the slipstream drive equipped on this. So you get to fly around. You can actually go hunt down. You can find like ships that need repair. You can find missions on planets, different types of anomalies and stuff that you'll have to assign those duty rosters to. So make sure that you're doing that to explore the area. Get a good feel for what you're looking at in the game. So our crafting will reflect that. Like I say, boom, we now have 3 slots. That's awesome. So depending on what we've assigned over on the duty officers, we might be able to run more than just one of these. That was my problem earlier. Yeah, see, the duty officer that's required is going to be a lab scientist. So what we can do is we can actually go in and buy scientists, lab scientist duty officers. You can do that with real money, or you can do that with going to the exchange, which is where we're going to head. I do recommend, once you have the ability, though, to transwarp it's just quicker to transwarp to space dock if that's where you're headed, because we haven't even left the beta. We've got to go all the way across alpha just to get over there. So we're going fast travel there is basically what you're doing, or transwarping once you get to the location. Show you where the exchange is. I want to get one more scientist duty officer just so I can keep those cannons being researched, and then I want to start going into my kit modules, which will be for my not just the ground, but also your space base. So you can build your own instead of having to go in and try to find it and buy it and pay someone, $2 million for a kit that you can build for yourself. So, but you have to rank those crafting abilities up. So we're going to show you how to do that this morning before we jump back into the nitty gritty of it. And we do have a really nice set of the dark matter torpedoes, and I'm going to pull that off the ship and show you how to change some things on it. We may not change the AoE until we get to level 15, play around and see what kind of options they give, but teach you how to fine tune those weapons into exactly what you want, and that's for the damages. Most people just get them 15 and you're good, but you can actually add other different types of damage coming off of those weapons, and you're going to learn that this morning. Oh, I need to make sure I run that Tholian mission again today too. Okay, but first, let's go to the exchange. And now, keep in mind, you don't have to get a purple or a green or a blue. You can just buy whatever they got over here when it comes to a duty officer. Now, one of the cool things about being in a fleet, and I think I may actually start trying to look for a fleet in here, just so our Discord guys will be able to plug into a fleet. We can contribute to somebody else's fleet. We could go and try and build one right now, but man, most people are in a dedicated fleet, and it's best to get in there with people that have been playing for a while. So let's see, duty officers. Here we go. We should have science. Yep. And then we should have scientists. Research lab scientists. There we go. Then, of course, you have development lab scientists as well. So you want to look at, of course, if you're doing photon torpedoes and things, you would have to have a photonic study scientist and so on coming down through there. So what we can do is we can trim it down a little bit more. So we want to do research lab because we are in research lab trying to do that stuff. We'll come in here, and you want to find somebody that's affordable. It looks like 300,000 is the minimum. Most of the time, you can get these guys for free once you join into a group. Talk about an in-game fleet, you can get those for free. Now, you can also go into the store if that's something you want to do. You would go to the Zen store, and you can purchase your duty officers from in here. And they do have it down to an officer bundle, alliance, duty officer, federation, fleet support. I don't know if they have one in here so lower deck, that's actually free, says purchase. That's a free one, so make sure you grab it. That way you can get those free duty officers there. I don't see one for science labs, so they may actually be in, say, the Federation duty officer pack. But another way you can do that is going into the dilithium store. Now, you're going to find some things up through here, like intel module, command modules, temporal operatives. We talked a little bit about signing those up. We set us up where we're training as a pilot, a miracle worker, and then we have our other main veterans set up for, I think, intel. So we could actually come in here and buy intelligent modules, but you can actually build those. We're going to build them ourselves. What I recommend when you get to a point where you have excessive amounts of dilithium, meaning you've done all that you can do with your reputation gear, because you need to buy those with dilithium. You're going to have to donate dilithium into the making of that stuff. But once you got where you got plenty of dilithium set up, refined dilithium, you're going to be able to come in here and buy a Phoenix prize pack. Stack of 10s is the way I would recommend do it. It's going to be a little cheaper. But you would buy that, open that up, and it's going to have duty officer selections you can pick up. Some will be rare, some will be common. It's going to have weapon upgrades and stuff. So this is where you're going to get that the most without having to spend any actual real world currency. As we grind through these missions and stuff today, we're going to be able to get more energy credits. So we may end up buying a duty officer for that, but those are how you're going to do that. Now, before I forget, I know we mentioned this on another video, and then I kind of forgot on that. So what we're going to do, we're going to come to inventory. Then you're going to come to, you have an upgrade item, which is where you would take it to like a level 15. Then you have a re-engineering item. So you would be able to come in here and pick a weapon. So let's just grab this disruptor beam. So we want to come in here. Well, there's only one trait that you can really unlock. So not a good example. Let me come into the ship here. We'll take off our dark matter quantum torpedo real quick. And we'll go back over here. And in here, so we want to find that torpedo. You see you got 3 different types of damage, so it's going to cost you to unlock what you want to do here. So you can look at what types of damage. So we want to do a damage, then there's critical hits, and then of course there's your lock as well. So what you want to do is you're going to come in, and one at a time you would hit randomize. Now I'm not going to do this because it costs 400 salvage and 800 dilithium, but you would hit this wheel, and unfortunately you don't get to pick it. It's just this random spin until you get to the one that you want. You know, you can have different types of critical damage, and once you get it in, then you would lock it in, then you would unlock this one, spin it again, and once you actually get to the type of stat that you want, I recommend that you do spread them out a little bit, and you're going to see where your damage stuff is changing on the weapons, the types of damage and all that you get on there. So that's how you do that. Like I say, we're not going to spin right now. I want to wait till I get to level 15, mainly because there's a few other damage types I want to experiment with and see what else is out there. But let's put that torpedo back on here. So that is how you're going to, you can do that with all your weapons. I don't think it has anything with shields. Actually, it might. Let's look at that real quick. See if we've got an old shield here. I'll be daggum. You can change the effects of your shield too. So that'd be something that you can do. This is a standard shield, so it's only got one. But you'd be able to come in and change out what the different potential powers are. I do recommend that you bring up the list online. You can go to Google. If you're on our Discord, we've got a link for it. It's a wiki of all things Star Trek online, man. And it explains exactly which one of these are. So like you got Tetrion, you got a phaser damage, you got plasma damage. The reg is, I forget exactly what, there's 2 different styles of it. One of them is an anti-proton and one of them is a proton, I think, or something. And you're going to be able to check out and see exactly what each thing does on that. So really cool stuff to randomize in there to make it more specific to your battle type. One thing I will say, most people do not think to put on Tetrion damage on any of their shields, and you can eat right through a shield with that stuff, man. That's usually what I end up doing, is Tetrion with the lattice effects. So we've got this taken care of, explained. We looked at the exchange, we were good there. Our reputation now. So coming in, we're going to grab everything we can. So this here is our daily again. We're going to fill that up. And let us check our hourly here. Yep, it's good. We'll fill that. Now you do have what they call a third slot. You can use this one once a day. I recommend that you do it. This is going to give you the sport canisters that you need for the weapons you're going to need to build. Some of these get up where you need 80 or 90 of these. So start early with it. It's not going to really cost you anything except for the 100 credits there. We're going to go ahead and queue it up. I don't have the discovery marks yet. To fund that, we will have that here just shortly because we're going to start running some of these missions too. I started putting everything on Nukara the other day and just blew through what was left of my others. So these here pay out dilithium. They just cost energy credits, expertise, and Nukara marks. So let's get that on there. I think we got a few things to collect. I'm not going to fund anything else. Nope. Okay. Inventory. We've got a few boxes to open up. So we got some heavy Polaron satellites. That's running those missions like I was telling you just a few minutes ago. When you run that, it's going to gift you some of those satellites. I do recommend keeping them. They're not the most powerful weapon in the game, but it does work pretty nice. So this is a refracting Tetrion dual beam. So this is one of the weapons that I use later on. Now the one that I'm going to unlock in the actual pass here with our reputation is going to be like 3 times more powerful. But this is a Tetrion based weapon, and there is a kit that you can get that causes a lattice effect, which is using 3 types of that weapon, which will also include that you need to be using the Borg, or no, I'm sorry, it's not Borg. It's the Tholian mine. What that does is it drops out mines that if a ship hits it, rather than just a little bit of explosive damage, it actually surrounds it in a Tholian web. And if they don't get out of that in time, the Tholian web collapses down on them and it'll kill them instantly. It's just done. So you'll be surprised how many people don't carry web blockers to know how to actually aim at those sensors that's creating the web. So really good stuff there. Okay, let us jump into a TFO. So it can take a little bit sometimes. While that's hooking up, we'll go ahead and come into the inventory. I'm not intending to keep this stuff. These here sell at $2.50 a piece, which is okay. So we did have a couple boxes from yesterday. Apparently I didn't open, so we need to go claim those rewards. Discovery marks. Then I need to earn or sell some of this for energy credits. Most of my gear is purple, so I don't need that. Nope, not salvage. We want to go to replicator and then recycle. That way we can go ahead and get our credits for it. It's going to pay you the same here as it will in the exchange, so you can do this from space. I'm going to sell all this stuff because, like I say, you're going to be getting so many of these satellites running through the duty officer pack, unless you're just using a ton of them, which there's like a 2-minute cooldown on it. We'll keep that. Double check. We'll double check that one too. I don't need the weapon though. Okay, so we got some Bellium armor here. So 40, but we don't get any of that plasma protection. Physical damage, kinetic damage, so that adds a little bit. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and sell those off. While the rating may not be higher on the few things that it does match up with, you have way more protection with that other gear. So it's up to you how you want to judge it out. Me, I try to protect against everything that I can, and just a couple points lower is not enough reason for me to take it down. So I've not been to this area while I'm waiting on TFO. I just want to kind of explain, or not explain, but explore a little bit, because that's actually pretty cool. They've done some upgrades in here since I used to be in Starfleet. Most of my stuff's done in with the KDF and Romulan Empire over on Xbox, and their stations are nowhere near as fancy as this. Oh, why they got a bar and all up here, don't they? That's fancy. I think we're synced up here. Double check. Yep. I think it's the way we come in, isn't it? No? Let's see what's in here. Pretty cool. I wonder if people even realize that stuff's in this game. They've been adding so much new content. Of course, the dedicated player base that's been playing the heck out of this thing for the last 14 years probably realizes it's there, but okay, that should have launched us into that. We'll return ship. Shouldn't be slowing us down, but we should have already started this TFO, surely. Because I'm pretty sure it queued us. And we even readied up, so. There it went. Sweet. This is my favorite mission right here, man. I'm just happy that it loaded up automatically, man. This is Battle at the Binary Stars, in case you're wondering. This is how the Star Trek Discovery episode starts off.
That now, as always, we come in peace. Help! Evasive maneuver 7 Alpha.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, he's trying to do something. That guy won't talk. What's up, that guy? Let's start like this one. I'll drop that satellite right there. Always make sure you're picking up gear while you're fighting, because that stuff's going to sell off for energy credits, and you can make a bundle pretty quick. Gotta make sure you pick up that gear. tough old bird right here, no battleship. Tell you what, I've got one of those on my other account, and you talk about a tank from heck, man. They're just really slow moving. That's a Klingon fleet battleship. You get that being part of a fleet, earning your way up through the ranks. You might buy it for real money, I don't know. So that was wave one.
Coming in. Both the Jaeger and interesting data.
Make sure all our stuff's selected here.
The Clark and Jaeger are disabled. They're launching escape pods. Recover the survivors. Klingons dispatched Lieutenant Tyler's escape pod. He's been captured.
Escape pods here. We'll take care of these guys first, though. See if we can beam and shoot at the same time. It can mess your shields up. Yeah, it could drop shields. Failed on that. Ooh, we got some damage. Okay, make our way back in. Dude's flying around to Kobayashi Maru. Nice. I'd opened up Protostar set for a ship one time running those events. I tell you what, those are some freaking awesome weapons, man. I hope they run that event again because I'd love to add that to my ship.
Attention, Klingon leader. I am pleased you are here. Your offer of ceasefire is accepted. Good. Because we're fighting, you're not talking.
Maybe you should have done less talking and more fighting. You wouldn't get smashed.
My envoy.
And a ship that just got chopped in half, that's actually a really good ship once you earn your way up, get you enough fleet credits and fleet modules. I highly recommend that ship. It's got a lot of really cool abilities. 8 weapon sets. Pretty cool stuff. When I see these small ships, gotta get 40 of them. So you may see where my hull will go from a green 100% up into a white and then start gathering strength as well. That's the secondary hull. If you look at my triangle is set up, you can actually draw that off the hull and apply it to your shield to make your shield stronger with that little perk.
I call close to Klingon territory. You only live now.
Try to catch those balls if you can. It gives you extra points sometimes.
Supremacy. To be my herald. We do not desire to know you,
Some gear.
but you will know our great houses, standing as one under Kalish, reborn in me, Takuma.
I think we've seen enough for now.
All right. Dude, look at that ship. What is that? I don't believe I've ever seen that configuration before. I wonder what that is. I'm just surprised we're not seeing anybody use the Iconian Herald ships. They used to be like all over the Federation space at one time. People were using those. They had a big event on it. Looks like Discovery there. It is. I like it. I wonder if that thing does a little flip like in the show. To get that ship, the only way I know of is to unlock those mystery boxes using the keys. And everyone I've ever talked to that's opened it said it took like, $200 worth of keys to get that thing. So I don't know that I'm going to spend that on a ship, but that's just me. I don't know why we're docking. We don't need to dock. We need to load up another mission. See what our duty officers are completed here. And random TFO. Okay, let's get that one started. We should be able to come in here, open up a box, and I think we get some bonus points or items, depending what they give us. Nope, they gave us some bonus points. We gotta go back in, choose reward. Again, we're gonna go with discovery and await our loading screen. So you may be wondering, how long does it take to get you up into the end game? Once you hit rank 50, you're able to run. Let me actually cancel this. You're actually able to run your events. These are end game events. You need to be level 50 or higher to be able to get into them. And of course, we're going to run this Borg red alert. Looks like we have another daily available. We're going to click on this here. We got until the 23rd to grind out 10 completions, and we've got 3. This will be 4. I think we got plenty of time. This is going to give us some rewards to be able to do an experimental ship upgrade, ultimate tech upgrade, and a specialization point. You'll get all 3 of those. Sometimes it'll be an and, or it may be an or, depending on what the prizes are. So if you're wondering if you are queued up, you should be able to look here, and it should say leave current queue, which means that you're in the queue for it. If it doesn't say that, if it says join, then you know you need to join something. But we can go ahead and sell off some of this garbage in our inventory again, maybe. See what we got. So we won't keep those, obviously. We want to toggle protected status on it, so we can't accidentally delete it. We got the same thing on the Horpang torpedo. Don't need this here, so I'm going to go down to replicator, recycle, and disruptor turret. Go ahead and get rid of that. It's ready up for our mission. So there's a lot you can run, but I do recommend just getting it over and done with. If you want a quick battle, load up the Borg. It's going to join up the fastest. It's going to complete the fastest. Some of them other ones, while they are fun, they'll take 15, 20 minutes to complete sometimes. So using a random team, it can take a while. I like that boost he just used. I forget where you open that up. Seemed like that was a Phoenix prize pack. There's the closest one up here. Shoot, no matter, you have one defeated over there, yeah. Maybe, maybe not. Yep, there it went.
Resistance detected. Unimatrix 0047. 1 of 10. Engaging now. We on board. Surrender your vessel and prepare for assimilation.
I'm gonna get right on that. Just let me pack some things in the luggage, man. And he's done. Like I say, very quick mission. Discovery package. We'll take that. Exit sector. So that gives us another completion for the pass, but it also gave us some points. We're going to go open that up real quick, see if it gave us a box on it or not. Can't recall if that one gives us a box or not. Yep, right there. I don't bother with the Infinity lock boxes. Those are just event lock boxes. Whatever the new event is, they call it Infinity, and you pay money to get keys to open it up. Up to you if you want to pursue that. We'll hit join random. I am. Oh wow, that was a quick join up. You'll notice that the more people you get in, the more activity you're going to get in these TFOs, and it'll load up real fast. It can be a little slow at night, but you typically have more advanced players on at night to grind through them fast.
Many Borg were disconnected from the Collective when the Borg Queen was defeated in the Hive. She survived and downloaded herself into this Unimatrix. Now she is compelling any vessels with disconnected Borg to return for reassimilation. You must upload a virus to the disconnected Borg ships before they reach these towers.
Man, this one is a very long TFO.
The Borg Queen will begin to reassimilate them. The Cooperative will not be able to assist in this endeavor. The longer they stay, the greater the risk of reassimilation.
Okay, so typically when you come in here, you're going to have these 3 areas. This is where Borg ships are going to be called to, so you need to see where everybody's going. Looks like we got a few. This dude's kind of in a smaller ship, so I'm going to go over and give him a hand. And what you're doing is you're fighting Borg, but you're also trying to rescue the liberated Borg coming up, canceling out the virus that's calling them in. You'll tell the difference in them because the ones with little white arrows, that's a ship that needs to be restored. The ones with red, obviously, they're enemies. Boom, baby. Okay, so there's another disconnected sphere.
I'm picking up a massive disturbance in fluidic space. Species 8472 is approaching.
Oh, he done liberated it, didn't he? But if the liberated Borg that you have to come in and reprogram get inside the green area, they turn into an enemy immediately. Get a higher score for liberating than you do actually destroying. Wow, man. Stop shooting at me. Now, if you get enough 360-degree phaser or laser type weapons and stuff, or even the cannons, you can put those on the back of the ship and load the front end up with torpedoes, and it makes it even more powerful. I'm just waiting for the 360-degree weapon sets to open up to me. I've opened a few of them.
Stop them.
Alright, I'll disrupt the eye if he'll. I guess he's not going to restore the ship either, so I'll take care of it too. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to come around here. This is simulator. So make sure you're grabbing your little rewards too. Are they looking over here? Ha! Got it before you engage.
Voth have a ship designed to fight Borg. Destroy it before it attacks the Cooperative.
You may have noticed those little modules, they glow certain colors. White is common gear. It's usually going to be nothing really major, some batteries or something. Green will be more of an uncommon. And of course, you start getting into your rare, your blue and your purple. Make sure you grab them all, but you definitely want to get those green and up. Well, I barely caught that. I was down at 15% on that hole. I would recommend if you get a ship that has a cloak device on it, especially battle cloak. It's a little bit better, a little more responsive, but it's going to heal your hull up. Of course, you still got to charge your shields when you come out, but you can focus on that hull. Come out of cloak. Shield should come back online. Those Borg killer missiles, you want to make sure that you take those things out if you can.
The collective.
Looks like Queen's coming out.
I will not allow it.
You will be eliminated.
Thou shalt perish.
Three dreadnoughts, but they're attacking one another. This is your chance.
This is my chance to grab all this gear. Okay, so here's where dreadnoughts are. It looks like it's Voth, Undine, and Borg. The Borg Diamond, that thing will send out a really big pulse wave, and it can really wreak havoc on it. Until you got shields that are around the 10,000 base, you probably don't want to get too close. shots on her. That parasitic ice is a great perk. It just nullifies the shield and just disintegrates into the hull. I gotta pick that stuff up later too. Okay, we're gonna look around and see if we got any prizes laying around.
Thank you for your assistance. We will assist.
Well, looks like we got all of our gear that dropped. Changed order here or something. Oh, there's only a few. So we got fleet marks with daily. If we got something with a no. Okay, so we'll go ahead with the fleet marks in. Then that'll also set us up with request join fleet of Blaze at Blazing Sword. I need to see if that's Blaze the Ghost. Maybe he's in her. No, he talked about he'd played it before. So we should be able to open up one of these boxes here and choose more points. Yep. All right, I'm going to step into the restroom real quick and be right back. All right, we're back, guys. So Can't remember if I got this set up. Looks like Skell's online. What if he's gonna send me an invite? Let's see if I can find what level he is. Let's see. Friends, maybe. It's gonna show his rank. 34%. Doesn't show his rank though. Maybe here. Nope. Oh no. Invited you to join their flavor. Let's go ahead and accept it real quick. We'll get up with the guys as they get up in their level and see if we're going to start one or if just everybody join over here. So what you do once you're in a fleet, you come over and you want to see fleet holdings. This is projects that they're currently working on. So it looks like, I think it's tier 1, a few tier 4s. So Starbase is a tier 4. So you come in and it'll show you what kind of marks they need donated. Most of the time it's going to be dilithium, but you might find some that allow you to put fleet credits in. Not seeing anything for fleet marks, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any duty officers I can donate yet. Wonder if I can take some fleet marks. Nope, it's full. Why it's showing up? But that's where you would come in here and see what it is that your fleet's doing. Let me click on that and see. I think this one's actually funded. Yep. Just waiting on the time, so that would there be dilithium as well. But as they complete projects, they load new ones up. You just need to make sure that you're online so you can actually donate to the fleet. So of course, then you have the fleet here, which is going to have, you know, people joining in. It's going to have any kind of news. They'll be able to post up events. This is a lower level fleet from the looks of it. Then, of course, they have their permissions, which will be for whatever rank you are. Like they have a fleet, in-game fleet star systems you can go to with a star base on it. And you can go in and you can see different types of items that they give to different levels for free and stuff. So this one here looks like you get fleet chat. Invite to fleet gets you fleet chat. You have fleet mail. And you can see officer comments and fleet rosters. You're able to donate to the fleet. You can buy provisions, able to donate to fleet coffers, able to use the coffer for fleet progression. So one of the things you got to watch for a good fleet, once you hit lieutenant, they give you access to the bank. Yep, so there's bank repository there. Oh, it looks like they do that at Ensign, so that's pretty cool. And they will typically have a way to look and see what levels you need to be donated to get a more rank. I'm not seeing it on here. Okay, let's load back up into a TFO. And while we're waiting on that, I want to come up to our inventory. Always make sure every day, come to assets, refine your dilithium. You can do 8,000 a day without being in a fleet. You get another 1,000 there with the fleet dilithium. Once they get that up in rank, it doesn't look like they're higher than a 1 or a 2 right now, so I'm not going to bother traveling over. I guess we could show you where that location would be at. Let's see, you are looking at, assuming that they own it. Right in here. But they must not own that station yet, so. There's Deep Space Encounter with the Klingons where you go to war. fast travel here. While waiting on that load up, always take your time. Go into your inventory, see what you need, look and see if it's something you want. Is this 90 degree? No, I'm looking for 360 degree on those weapons. I don't run a secondary deflector ship, so I don't need those. So I can come into recycle and just dump everything I don't need. That gives us those energy credits we want to need. We need to go in here and ready up. Always make sure you ready up, folks, because if you missed a ready up mark, when you go to rejoin, it's going to take a while because you didn't ready up. And if you leave in the middle of those TFOs, it's going to be hard for you to join them in the future because they do keep up track with all that stuff in this game. Which for those of us who like to go in and have a full team, that's a good thing that they do. So I'm just kind of traveling out this direction here. And I think I want to see. This is Kronos. We're in the beta quadrant. We need to be in the alpha quadrant. That's why we didn't see a dilithium station there for the group, because that's located in the alpha quadrant. I'm looking at the wrong area. So this takes place inside a Dyson sphere. This is a TFO battle. You have to do this one into single player missions also. And we lost somebody. They'll probably throw us another random in here. That other dude's moving over from the another map. He may get here in time. Okay, so this will complete some stages. You'll have to shoot these turrets and things. You got to shoot ships. Then you'll have to chase down some evacuation shuttles. Looks like all of the turrets are active on the other side, so we'll make our way over there. Actually, that's a troop transport. So you're just destroying all of the enemy ships, trying to balance out that level in there. The more of them you take out, the better you want to sit in position. Bond did make it in. Cool. Sure he popped. He did. Okay. Someone's using Tetron and Polaron on his ship. I don't have any Polarons yet. That's that purple Tetron, that kind of a white-blue looking color. Alright, we're gonna come over here, pop some of this mess. If we had the artillery perk right there, I think it's done in competition or competitive or something. But we could take out that whole dadgum thing with artillery if we had it. Or even the flat gun. Frigates. Okay. Another frigate over here. And you just want to just keep destroying their stuff as quick as it pops in. Try not to let those anti-proton beam turrets get active, because they can do some serious shield damage. Okay, I think we've got to go to the other side now. Yep. Where we got to destroy these transports. As soon as you see them load up on a hangar deck, take those out, because once they take off, they are hauling, man. Seems like this one's timed. It is. Well, we got some work to do in 4 minutes. Oh, they took him out. Okay, cool. Watch out for them little swarmers. Now, once you get Chronoton Burst and such, you can pick that up in the exchange or earn it in the past. It'll take out swarmers and fighters and stuff like that. Definitely a great perk to have on your ship. Even does a lot of knockback damage on a larger ship. He left. Got another one over here. Okay, let's see. Should be a dreadnought coming in somewhere. Look, he pops in right there. There it is. She's a big one. go. Finally got through the shield. Heck yeah. If you're in a small ship, stay at the top. Just pass right over the hull and don't have to worry about getting hit by its anti-aircraft defenses. Punch out right before it goes critical. You want to get hit by the explosion. Looks like they're just dissolving them now. They got rid of big explosions. I don't know if that's something new or if that's just always something they've had on PS5. But the Xbox, I think, would have... Yeah, like that. Okay. It does blow still. Jeez. I take it back. It must have just been laggy. It did blow. Okay, now we got to go destroy the escape shuttles. That'll be over here. Let me tell you, they are motivating. They're leaving with purpose. Kind of play back. You can see them coming at you. Don't take many shots to slow them down and take them out. They got them. Other side just to double check. I don't think anybody ever escapes this direction, but it is a different console. Never mind, we completed. Well, we didn't get a lot of points on it. So we get Dyson Joint Command or Delta Alliance. If you got to choose between that, if you've already picked a fleet mark, Delta Alliance has a really nice set of ground armor. Highly recommend it. If you used the complete set of it, you get to set these board combat structures out as you're battling, and let me tell you, they do some massive damage. Okay, so let us go to our inventory. Then reputation, we can grab this one. And looks like we can load it up again. Yep. So they do have a ground gear in Discovery. I myself am not partial to it. It seems kind of squishy. But you can build up a set in there. I do recommend, if you're going to do that, to use the Delta Alliance, I think it is. I have to look here in just a second. We'll look at it. So let's set this hourly up. And we are getting close to hitting tier 3. Locks at 15,000. We're at 11,810, so we're getting pretty close. Then our new Kara setup. So we entered into tier 1 coming up on this, I think. Or we're in tier 2 now. Yeah, we're getting close. But you can pick up some different things. Personal shielding, Strike Force Elite personal shield matrix. They have different style of shield matrices that you can use. If you want to look at them, come over to the little patch thing. You'll be able to see this one's a purple. I believe all these are going to be purple. This one is part of a refractive bulwark set. So 3 pieces will need to be gathered to get the full effect of this. I more or less looked at this new Kara for... You can get to reprogram Tholian drones. I believe these are a ground mission. Yeah, and it sends these drones out that'll capture people in webs. You can do that, put that in your inventory. the universal console to car particle converter. This is a 3-part set. This is the one that will give you the lattice effect. So you can purchase that now, but understand that you're going to be looking at 15,000 dilithium, so you're going to deplete your dilithium base. I would recommend just keep saving up. It's not going anywhere, and keep opening up your hourlies as you can. And while you're saving up, as soon as you get this pass completely unlocked, you're going to get a bonus of dilithium. This dilithium vouchers you can use to buy the stuff. So don't worry about spending all your dilithium right now. Save it. You will need some of it because the voucher stock will cover everything. But I think it's like 10,000 the first time and 20,000 the second time. So those are going to be some great options for you in there. Okay. Look, we had Terran Task Force. They're okay. I mean, I'm not going to bother putting the energy credits on it right now. Delta Alliance, there it is. So we're going to go ahead and run some of this because they do have such a good ground set of equipment between the guns and the armor and the personal shield is pretty awesome. Okay, this guy was caught up there. And I do this before I jump in. It just helps me keep my gear situated. Plasma turret. Don't need it. Don't need it. It's green gear. That'll keep your energy credits building up. Then join another random. It seems like running the patrols pays more gear. If I remember right, running it in hard pays better gear. But it's only like 2 or 3 pieces, so I mean you're just more or less using this stuff to generate some revenue coming in on top of running your missions. I'm pretty sure I clicked accept it. Okay. Like they're calling for rain again today. Don't hurt my feelings none. It got kind of hot yesterday. It really did. And we're middle of May coming up on it, so it's about the right time of year for it. Still haven't seen any 90s yet, but looks like we'll be getting pretty close to that. Looks like we got rain just about all week, so that'll make my dog happy. He don't like the heat. Oh, look at that. That's cool. So that's a fleet engineering perk. Increases 40 points on all of your major stuff. So lasts for 30 seconds. So we'll probably have to hit it again in battle. The one that just pulsed, that's for attack. Okay, we're gonna follow the big boys over here. Oh, it's Iconian ship, sweet. Hopefully get some of these in.
The starbase is secure.
Attack these guys from behind if you can.
The shipyard is secure. Transports have entered orbit and will start landing shuttle.
You gotta make sure you close these gateways or they'll just keep spawning, but it's a great way to get some gear sometimes, but I wouldn't leave too many of them open, one or two of them, and keep an eye on your timer.
The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet. The troop transports from the starbase are moving toward the planet.
So basically what you're doing, you're guarding these transports to get to the planet, but close them portals and stuff too for extra
Shipyard troop
points.
transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
So those green ones, it's a radiation gateway. They'll start pumping out this pink-looking material to wipe out anything that crosses in its path. Basically, your transports.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
see the pink shit is pumping. Gotta close that.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
I got caught one of those one time in PvP. You talk about hard to get out of, man. It'll rip all your shield and destroy your hull quick.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
Alright, so we want to head back over here now on this side.
A herald.
This is where the Herald Dreadnought shows up. Or Iconian Dreadnought. See how everybody's staging up? And this thing will port. You don't just travel, it'll sit there and just like blink out and blink in somewhere else. So you gotta really keep an eye open on it.
Herald ships are attacking the starboard.
Jeez. Oh, that was quick, man. They took that guy out just about as soon as he come in. That's about the fastest I've ever seen it done. Okay. In case you're wondering what happens after that part of the mission, well, you'll have to jump into the story mode and to journal your episodes. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that one is called the Klingon Civil War, I think is what's part of that one, which ties into the Terrans, and it also ties into the Iconian stuff. Or it could just be future proof for today's war. I don't recall, man. This stuff starts to intermingle. You know, if you've ever watched Star Trek, how they start dropping Easter eggs for everything. And one thing that's really cool is a lot of times if you see storylines such as King and Queens, you have Wish Upon a Star, Taken by Surprise, Scorpion's Abyss is the newest one. So there's talk of this becoming a show. I don't know what it's going to be called, but I guess Kim has finally made it to captaincy. I don't think he's an admiral yet, but future Borg coming in from transdimensional space. They have all kinds of future tech, way harder than the original Borgs they took on. So sounds like a pretty cool storyline. I hope to see it in a movie or a new series would be great. Okay, so we need to open up our box. So this time I went ahead and picked the Iconian badges mainly because I want to get that 2-for-1 deal off of those boxes, opening that stuff up where we can get more rewards. Come back in here, open our bonus. We'll get discovery marks. You're going to need a lot of those. You're going to need a lot of dilithium to open up the full set, because in discovery you have the shield modifiers, the Stamets Tilly set, and then you have Lorca's Ambition for your dark matter torpedoes. It's worth getting the full set because any other torpedo it happens to proc on, it's going to double it up and send an extra torpedo. So that's pretty cool. Then any future gear that you want to get, like Protostar sets and stuff like that, you're going to have to be running the event campaign in Red Alert. I don't know when the next campaign starts. It says coming soon. The Defense of Pavo has recently ended, so. What you'll find out is the gear you grind out of the missions, you end up replacing it all with stuff from Reputation or events, but it is a good way to get you started. But like I say, once you can hit that end game, it's worth just start running Task Force. You can throw the story modes in to break up the monotony of that, because it can become very repetitive after a while. And but if you've never played this game before, I mean, the sheer amount of TFOs that they have, it's just, I mean, there's a ton of them, man. That's ground and space and everything else. Of course, you can access your patrols from here. See what kind of patrols you want to run. You can access PvP in here. You can create a private server, invite whoever it is. You know, you can set up your team. If you just want a team of one, you can 1 versus 1 somebody by setting that up if you want to. Test your builds out. Let's check our crafting. Do we have anybody available yet? Not yet. Oh crap. We'll see if we got a scientist for this one. Nope. See, I've got to get in there and find a research lab scientist. I need about 3 or 4 of them. The one that I got, I accidentally sent on a freaking mission on duty officers. So Admiralty, what is this? We went into it, explained a little bit yesterday. You're going to come in here, you got to find something that's going to be pretty easy for you to do. You can see this one's 20, 20, and 55, so we should have enough if our ships have refreshed by then. So 20, 30, 55. Let's go ahead and set that one in. You want to make sure you should complete all of the requirements that's required for that thing. We'll go ahead and send that one in too. Begin the assignment. The more ships you have, the more of those you can throw in at one time. You want to do your Federation, your Klingon, your Romulan, and the Ferengi, as well as your assignment logs. You want to get all that stuff taken care of if you can. View records. So yeah, that one was completed. Sweet. Oh my gosh, come on, man. Let's head to Alpha Quadrant. We'll go check this new fleet. We'll go check them out, see if they've got where we can refine another 1,000 a day yet in dilithium. If they do, it's worth being in there for that, man. As they get that leveled up, you can refine more. I think I was up to between everything, but I was a day one player on this, so I had the time on the Xbox, not on the PlayStation, where you could get that extra 1,000 if you go down to the Academy. Or if you're on Klingon side, you could go down to the Klingon Academy where they're training everybody and refine 1,000 extra, but I'm not going to have that option on this. I'm not going to pay for the option on it. I think they have it where you can set that up. So this is a system patrol, the Briar Patch. If you want to join into it, you can. You can find those missions the other way, but if you are more into exploration, just fly around the quadrant and you will find all sorts of different missions, man. It gives it more of a real feel instead of just an auto load like I play. It's quicker the way I do it, but you miss out on a lot of the really cool stuff that they have. need to go to, that'd be the Patrol of Omar system. So that would be under patrols. Again, you can find it in here. Now, the only bad thing about coffee is there's never enough in a cup. You always run out. Okay, map. See if these guys have got one set up. It's an asteroid field, dilithium mine fleet holding. So they do have one. Sweet. You can hit X once you find it. It's going to plot an auto course once your ship levels out. Feel free to put it in a slipstream or warp, and you'll just get there that much quicker. Okay, we're not going to patrol the Milan system. We are on our way to the wrong button. We're on our way here, so we're getting closer. There's Deep Space Nine for those who like Deep Space Nine storylines and stuff. You can run a lot of missions in there. In fact, it becomes an outpost for a lot of this future war stuff where you're jumping around into timeline. We're talking before Starfleet even incepted, before modern man was around, before any human occupied the Earth. It takes you all the way back into the back of time with that, which is pretty cool. It's got some really cool storylines. That's what we're working on right now within the mission board, but it is a very long one, so we'll jump into the holding. There is a person here. Now, regardless of what faction you're on, this is where you're going to come for dilithium holding. So we should be able to find... We don't want to transwarp to the Fleet Star base. We should have something let us in here. Go ahead and ready up on that. Maybe beam to surface. Yep, there we go. Now, if it's anything like Klingons, you should be able to come to this guy over here. Give him a little talking to. And additional, so they got it up to 500. We're not up to 1,000 yet, but hey, I'll take the 500. We will begin assignment. That's going to give us 500 extra dilithium. As soon as that completes, it takes about 30 seconds. There we go. And you can do that every day, along with your normal refinements. It should be task force opening up. Wolf 359, and I know I've done this one, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is. The Borg.
Resistance is futile. Your life, as it has been, is over.
So that's when Picard was assimilated. Well, I didn't realize it was going to be a minute 15 briefing. So if you watch what our systems are doing there, if we throw this up into full impulse, you'll see your power start to drain and you're not moving. It's because you're still setting, waiting on a briefing.
Attention all hands. The Borg, we've received this.
So you can bring it up, just don't engage the final, and it shouldn't drop on you. These were the commander of Deep Space Nine's family was killed, or his wife was killed or something. I don't know if y'all caught that on Deep Space Nine. That's why he didn't like Picard. Okay, so they've done a holographic projection over our ship. Unfortunately, we get to use any ship we want. You still got all your base set up, but it doesn't look like your ship. It's going to be a hologram projection of it, of whatever was historically accurate. don't be mistaken and think that these ships will maneuver the way that the one you've been building will, because they're nowhere near as maneuverable.
You will disarm your weapons and escort us to Sector 001. If you attempt to intervene, we will destroy you.
Task Group Alpha, engage the Borg. Groups Beta and Gamma, hold for now. Melvin here. We're moving in.
Move us to position Alpha.
Admiral Kent, focus on destroying the cube's weapons. Melvin to base. We lost them.
They've locked on.
The Yamaguchi is moving in to assist. Full reverse.
Engaging the board. Now, tactical. Fire well. All the left.
Protect
Take
the
out
line
the
pods.
torpedo
Some of them are
base.
carrying civilians. You've destroyed a third of their weapons. Keep at it. Bone Cell is down. Trap is no longer fated. All that's keeping the board here now. Up. Actually, 2/3 of their weapons are gone.
Okay, let's come around and check out what we got going on.
Task Group Beta, move in. Remember, the Enterprise is on its way. Attention all hands, this is the Hood. We're moving to attack speed now.
Fleet, this is the Roosevelt. Moving into support.
Caught by a tractor beam.
This is the Melbourne. The Borg have boarded us and are trying to assimilate our system.
Picked up survivors from the Periscope. Commander Sisko managed to evacuate many civilians.
Garrett, we've been boarded by the enemy. They're assimilating everything. This is the Righteous. We've been boarded. Attempts to resist assimilation are failing weak.
Dang, we didn't get out of range in time.
We've lost the Melbourne to the Borg.
Make sure you're focus firing on the assigned spots, man, because anything else is just wasting your shots.
I'm afraid you'll need to destroy the Republic. Another
Catch some friendly fire, not friendly fire, but catching fire from behind. There's some troopers, get off me. Man, those tractor beams and freaking torpedo bays are brutal on this side.
The Borg have assimilated the Canada. Destroy it.
difference. Take out some of these other ships.
Mjolnir's a fleet. Multiple Borg assault teams are attacking. All hands, repel boarders.
Even Cena, the Borg are boarding. Heavy casualties. Multiple systems lost to assimilation.
I sound a little upset. Alright, we'll have to come out.
Mjolnir has been assimilated by the Forge. Take it out. Please, they've skipped the checkoff. Forge assimilation squads are on board. Request assistance.
Simulation probe. One of the primary targets there.
The Borg have boarded us. They're assimilating everything and everyone in sight.
Take the Ibn Sina down. We've lost the enemy. Chekov has been lost to the enemy. Destroy it if you can. Moran. No choice. Take it out.
We got some life pods we need to grab too. Get down there. Well, I don't know if we collect them. If we did, they did.
Fusion of fleet. We're being boarded. Can anyone assist us?
too many simulators on me. This is a rough mission. We're muddling through. We've gotten 30 life pods. Looks like we got 3 more simulator probes to take out and 8 weapons. So we'll focus on these little son of a guns.
The Borg are attempting to assimilate the Sith.
The Gora Bithra. It's been taken by the Borg.
Sweet, that one's down. Let's see what else we can get into here.
Command, this is the Chekhov. Targeting the enemy with all weapons. Firing at will.
We got caught by some tractor beams, man. Let's go. These little buggers are tougher than the spheres, man. banks just keep coming back. But it is giving points to shore the crap out of me, so.
The Enterprise is still approaching. Perhaps I can buy them some time with the parlaying. Locutus of board. This is Admiral Hampton. I wish to discuss the terms of our surrender.
Discussion is irrelevant. There are no terms. You will disarm all your weapons and escort us to Sector 001, where we will begin assimilating your culture and technology.
They're hitting us hard!
This is the Roosevelt. Wilson is taking a flight pod. Cover us!
We got some spheres coming in. There we go. Blowed up.
One spear down. 2 to go. Two spears down. 1 to go. Take it out.
Gladly. Where is it? There it is. 23 kilometers out. Give me a chance to charge shielding up.
That's the last of the spears. Focus on the cube.
Only one pod picked up from the console. 10 survivors.
Hey, hey, I see a lot of offline systems on it. We're getting there.
Position all hands. Retreat to the stall systems immediately. I'll contact the NSR.
Dump a little plasma out on his bad boy, maybe it'll mess her up some. Call it a tractor beam. And we are wearing out these weapon systems, buddy.
Fight does not go well, Enterprise. We're attempting to withdraw and regroup. Rendezvous with Fleet. Hood to command. We have Borg attack teams beaming in. Request immediate assistance.
Roosevelt to Hood. We've taken critical damage. Take our survivors and refugees. We'll take your board.
A few time, Mr. I will mission. Sector 001.
Well, our fleet's seen better days.
Nicely done. Thankfully, we have safety protocols in place for the simulation, so only your pride took actual damage.
She made it through and got the points. I'm not too prideful to be upset I got blowed up like 4 times, but
The Lucari call this system home. Some of our neighbors, like the Deferi and the Denobulans, have been most welcoming. Others, like the Nakul and the Zenkathi, have been somewhat cold and distant, even hostile.
right, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. Okay, so once you start opening tiers, you get something called a store that pops up. And you can come in here and look for defensive engineering consoles, projectile consoles. Now it's going to depend upon what reputation gear you're in. You're going to open better stuff up into tiering, but you do have the option to grab stuff out of here if you want to. Okay, let's see where we're at on our map here. The Concrete Nebula, that's another battle area. You can find a lot of stuff as far as your end game. Let's see if we can find that on here. I think it's going to be in here. Or Endeavors. See what they gave us today. Harvest materials in space. Gain salvage. We need to gain 1,000. So what we'll do is if we're getting gear instead of deconstructing it with a teleporter, we'll come in and do it like this. No, it's not going to let me salvage.
Our first contact with another species
that.
came not from the Federation, but from this sector. Ferenginar, to be precise. While the Ferengi have not always been the best of neighbors, they have provided us with valuable data on this sector. For a price, of course.
So as you fly around in the quadrant, you're going to hear a lot of little stories and stuff about the areas that you're in, and you can jump in and do those missions as you want, or you can follow along with the storylines. It's going to be up to you, whatever your favorite path is. You can get lost doing it, just, you know, randomly jumping into missions.
Very little on this sector is known to us or our allies.
You can enable
We've recently
astrometrics if
established
you want.
contact with the sector's most prominent inhabitants, the First Federation. They are somewhat enigmatic, but encouraging.
As you can see, you have a floor of space. There'll be a ceiling, so you can kind of see what square you're headed to. You can look around at the edges and stuff as well, but I don't usually fly around with on it. To me, it's just distracting. But it tells you as you're entering into an area, like we're entering into the Rotenava, or however you pronounce that, the Breen sector. Up to you if you want that on there. I'm pretty sure we're loaded in, yeah. So we're loaded into one. We're just waiting on it to start. Oh, they acquired a T6 ship. Someone's buying keys.
The invasion of Kronos has begun, but we will not fall.
Okay, so it looks like Iconian mission again. I think this time I'm going to go out to the right. ugly. That is ugly. I gotta get out of that. Alright, we had to hit our battle cloak, man. These have different names for these ships than what I'm used to seeing over on the other console, and I swear they got some more powerful weapons too.
Shipyard is secure. The troop transports have entered orbit and will start landing shuttles. Our job is...
Yep. Do it come from that red flash?
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
There's a transport. What to do with this radiation gateway? He's got that. I'll deal with this.
Those gateways are emitting intense levels of beta radiation. Close them. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
We gonna shut it down or what, bud? There it went.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet. transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
Couldn't save you. Too bad.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet.
We've already made what we needed. Everything else is a bonus after this. So you can focus on ships once you get that done. It's up to you.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the planet. A Herald Dreadnought has entered.
quest done.
Our troops have landed. We will fight for Kronos, thanks to your assistance. Qapla'!
Qapla'! That's what they say when they step up on the bridge and they had diarrhea, got some bad fish. They walk up there before they can even say anything. It goes qapla' all over the deck. Alright, let's get this reputation stuff here. Start it back up. Let's see, that does not add to 200, but it will give us some dilithium, so I'm going to go ahead and run it anyway. Basically what you're doing at this point is converting your energy credits into dilithium. You're not gaining any other points, so you can actually hold off of it if you want to. That is up to you. Your inventory here. Grab our stuff. So what I'm looking for is any of the gear that I can actually salvage, which is typically stuff that you pick up in space, not get from crates. So we got to salvage up to 1,000 today. Per ship damage. There's no ship damage, so you don't need it. You can save those. It's up to you. Okay, once I've done all I can with that, I come over here and I just recycle and keep farming, man. I keep her energy credits up. So once you've joined a fleet, you are going to be able to use any of the systems that they have something in. This is what you're looking at here. So they have a K-13 fleet holding. You get a lot of stuff there. They have Fleet Starbase system, the Dyson Sphere for the fleet, research lab. We could go check some of these areas out real quick. We now have the Beta and Alpha as just a basic destination. Let's go to the research lab. So when you contact traffic control, you're going to be able to transwarp to different areas within the fleet if you want to. This area I want to go to, so we're going to beam in. Let's see if we can do any research in here. I don't know if I'm a high enough level yet, but... Okay, so when you come in, you're going to have a medical officer. This is where you can get healed. You can do this over at the main star base in the Sol system if you want to. It's just, to me, it's quicker to come over here. Everything's laid out a little better. So he's good. No injuries. Of course, you have a chief engineering officer. This would repair the ship if there was damage. Okay, access exchange is locked. That's because of internal rank on fleet. And we'll see if we can do any research, but I imagine it's going to be locked until we hit at least cadet. Okay, so they do have science conference room, research development, which is where we want to head. And that is research. So you can buy kit modules in here using fleet credits or dilithium. This is where you can buy your secondary deflectors. You can buy duty officers here of any style. This will be fleet credits. Now, how do you get fleet credits? Well, that's where you go in here to social and teamed and fleet holdings, and you want to look and see if you can find something that's going to need fleet marks, or you could go in and use refugees, energy credits, different types of officers and stuff. Looks like they are filling everything up with fleet marks. That's probably the people that schedule it up, but we'll see. We'll give it a few days and check it out. So they want dilithium there. I don't want to get rid of my dilithium. We need it right now. No. So they can, under Starbase Tier 4, they can actually put in a area here that says dump fleet marks, and you can dump them in and get your fleet credits that way. A lot of people have stopped doing that, especially the newer fleets. They don't really tend to do that too much anymore because they want you to give your dilithium while they fix it up with their stuff. But if you have your own fleet, you can set uniforms based off of rank. It'll automatically transfer uniforms over to people. You can create your own patches and stuff as well. So pretty good stuff. Now let us go to leave this area and we'll go over to development. Go. So you can do duty officer assignments in here. This is going to be for fleet stuff. You got to make sure that you have duty officers to do it. So we got that in. That's going to help the actual fleet as well, but we'll get some little gear off of it. So this is kit frames. As they progress up, you're going to be able to build your own. And more sites, console, stores. Yes, so this looks like a fairly new fleet, which means that it could grow. So we might look into contacting the fleet commander here about bringing some guys in from Discord to fill them up. But really, I mean, fleet, as soon as you hit in-game 65, man, you kind of have your choice of shopping because everybody wants actives, and they're trying to rebuild their fleets and keep them situated with active players. So I'm not seeing anything in there that I really want. So we're going to go and contact traffic controller. You can return to ship, or you can transwarp to fleet starbase. So we're going to do that real quick. Always use their traffic control to transwarp. Don't transwarp from the map because it'll have you cool down for like 3 minutes. So as long as you contact traffic control, you can go to each of your fleet assigned bases that they've got selected. Looks like they got a new ship from Picard Season 3. You know, that's one thing of Star Trek I haven't watched is the Picard series. Well, I mean, other Next Generation, but apparently he's got his own little thing set up now. Go ahead and dock in. Way different looking than the Klingon stuff I'm used to. I'm not sure where we're at. I think we can get across here. Ah, it's down below. Okay. So a lot of times you can run Officer of the Watch missions. This would be duty officer management. It's not available yet. That's because we haven't reached level within the fleet yet. So you can run these daily missions if you want to. Yeah, so as you are ranking up in that I'll show you where it's at here. As you're ranking up in your, not seeing it here. Yeah, so your commendations, as you rank these out, you can come over here and collect rewards from it, turn it into reports. Personnel officer. So we can do an exchange officers, we can reassign underperforming officers, or we can request for personnel, which is what we're going to use right now. I would like to get some science officers if possible. So there we go. See how many we can draw. Then you can commission your duty officers, which is where you can come in here and just buy what you're looking for. Again, fleet credits is going to be the way to do a lot of this. So these fleet duty scientists, these are going to be great to get. You can get common all the way up through to rare, depending on how much you want to spend. It's cheaper than using the exchange, that's for sure. Let's see, I think we can get this way. Let's see here. So it's a holodeck. Let's see what's down here. Alright, this looks like a tailor. This is where you can change your stuff up on your tailor. What your character looks like, clothing and stuff. Supplies officer. And operations quartermaster, we'll talk to him. Of course, you can go to a store, but there again, everything in here is going to cost you fleet credits or fleet modules, depending on what it is. Pretty good stuff. Let's see where our next location is we can go. Okay. Maybe I can't contact him from there. I guess I will have to go to the transporter. Okay, so you can transport to the colony world, other fleet holdings. Right now, there's really no need to do any of that, so we're going to go beam to ship. Then we'll travel back to the Sol system. Alright guys, I appreciate y'all watching Battered Souls. I'm going to end our stream here for the day. Make sure you come back in, hit that notification bell. We will be streaming every morning on Star Trek, and updating as we get new updates in Skull and Bones and some of the other games. We're playing World of Warship Legends. We play wide variety. So if you look for a Discord group that's playing a lot of games, most of what we're playing is MMO RPG games. So that's going to be mass multiplayer role play games where you create your own characters and you play with other people. It's kind of what we kind of specialize in over here. But there are cross platforms. We try to keep a lot of mind for cross platform. Not all games are available in that, so we have sections where our PC players can get in and our console players and stuff and be able to find people to play together. So you have a wonderful day. We will catch you later.